All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about this a little bit. Paca Finance has paused for rebalancing. The good news, I guess, the marketplace is still functional. So here's what they're saying. They're saying that they're paused because they've got to rebalance their concentrated liquidity positions. And so they're taking a pause to be able to do that. And then hopefully they'll come back and they'll start paying again. Now, full transparency, I'm not in Paca Finance. I have followed this platform for some time. And the good news for those of you that are in the platform is this isn't the first time they've paused, and they did start repaying the last time. The whole idea behind crypto is that it's decentralized, that we can see our funds, it's transparent. That's the whole idea. Now, they're claiming that they're making money by using decentralized strategies, but they're locking up your funds for 250 days, claiming you get 0.33% per day. This has always screamed Ponzi scam to me. And the problem is they're acting like a Ponzi scam right now. I hope they start paying out. And I'll share something with you at the end of the video as well. I do think there's a bit of a silver lining, and I'll get to that in a moment. But let me just say this. They're acting like a Ponzi scam right now. First of all, they pause the platform and they clear out everyone's claimable funds. That does not make any sense. They did this the last time and they sort of got away with it. How can they get away with that? Second of all, they claim that, oh, there's a treasury. I read this on someone else's video. They said, oh, there's a treasury. They just don't want to deplete the treasury. That means there's no treasury. What do you mean there's a treasury? They don't want to deplete it. The whole purpose in the treasury is to cover the rebalancing if it exists. Why would there be a separate independent treasury anyway? That doesn't make sense. The treasury should be investing in the exact same strategies because it's so insanely profitable at 10% per month. Why is the treasury just sitting there not earning yield? The idea that you have a stagnant treasury anyway doesn't make sense to me personally. But the biggest one is, where are the funds being invested? How come we can't see these investments? And here's the biggest red flag to me. If you go to Scott the Investor's YouTube channel, why has he not put out a YouTube video communicating to the audience what is going on right now? Again, lack of transparency on what's taking place. That literally, they are acting like this is a Ponzi scam. This is the nature of operators of Ponzi scams. Lock up your funds, lack of transparency, give you some sort of vague answer on how we're making the returns that we could be making, and then they pause platforms. Oh, we're rebalancing. First of all, here's the truth. It should take minutes to rebalance an entire, no matter how the size of the liquidity pool. It should be easy to rebalance the liquidity pool. And they should be diversified in multiple liquidity pools. So you shouldn't have to rebalance all of them at once. That doesn't make sense. I saw a video from someone who's in Paca, and he's like, oh, this is the nature of crypto. It is not the nature of crypto. It's not even the nature of DeFi. It is the nature of a Ponzi scam that's using crypto as the vehicle. That is very different. That is very different. And at the end of the day, the goal is not to lose money in crypto. You currently have the ability to invest in something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which to date are two of the highest appreciating assets of our lifetime. And many of us believe they're going to do at least a 10 or 20x from where they're at right now in this moment. Just make sure that in 2025, you don't get to 2035 and say, I wish I would have just put that money in Bitcoin. I wish I would have just put that money in Ethereum. I would have done a lot better. The only way you lose in crypto outside of is that you either invest in scammy altcoins that don't last, or the worst thing when it comes to trying to earn passive income, you go into platforms that go down. Because think about it. Let's just say that you had $10,000 to invest, and you put $3,000 here. Yeah, you get excited. You got dashboard money. That $3,000 goes to $4,000 to $5,000, $6,000. But when that money's gone, then you're going to have to take the $7,000 you had left in your original investment, and you're going to somehow have to earn more than 30% to make up for that $3,000 loss just to get back to even. But if you'd have been sitting in Bitcoin, you might have made 5% at the same time period. You didn't make 10% a month, but maybe you made 5%. The key is you didn't lose. The first goal is to try not to lose. Try not to lose. So I get it. I invest in passive income strategies as well. But there's only one strategy that I'm invested in that requires me to trust someone else with my funds. Every other strategy, I control the funds 100%. I can see them. It's not hard to learn to do LP on your own. It's quite easy in this day and age. It's very if you can come in here and deposit money, you can learn to use something like VFAT or Crystal and watch your own funds, your own LP. I sell options. Why do I sell options? Well, primarily I sell options because in a bear market, I should still be able to make money without the underlying assets going down. In theory, anyway, there's risk there. So I'm not saying that's perfect, but in theory. Now, if you want to know what I'm investing in, what platform I'm investing in where I don't control the funds, I did an entire video covering 3 different platforms. One of them was Paca as well. I'll put that video on the end screen. You can go ahead and check that out. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope Paca comes back. Be careful. Be safe out there. The goal is not to lose money in scammy platforms. Invest in Apex assets that over time will simply continue to go up if you believe in crypto like I do. That's not financial advice. Maybe the whole crypto market goes down, but I don't believe that's going to be the case. Decentralization wins. Having control of your funds is a priority. In crypto, we can all win as this market continues to go up. But we're in a bull market right now, and Paca Finance, maybe it's collapsed. They've paused in a bull market. That means you're losing money right now. You could have just been invested in Ethereum and Bitcoin and be making more money than you'll be making right here, right now on this platform. Be careful out there. Those of you that are in Paca, I hope it comes up and becomes live. And maybe that will be a chance for you to also consider diversifying a bit more, because when they launched this platform, they never said, oh, there's nowhere in the documents where they said we may have to pause temporarily for rebalancing. They never told anyone that. Again, a lack of transparency. And if they rebalance, just so you know, this number should go down significantly, because anytime you rebalance, you're getting hit with impermanent loss. This number should go down significantly. If it doesn't, don't trust it. A lack of transparency. All right. You want to find out what I'm investing in? Take a look at the video on your end screen now. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.